So today I want to talk to you about digital operations director. Now this is a kind of new concept I've come up with fairly recently, and I just want to kind of talk through the process with you, just so you can understand what I'm talking about. So if you are a entrepreneur, micro, small business owner with kind of turnover of over 500,000 and above, this could be very, very relevant to you. So keep on watching, keep on listening. Hope you find it useful. Welcome back to consecutive day 1707 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic is all about a digital operations director and how kind of systems, processes, people, data can kind of take your small, micro, or just journey into self-employment to a whole new level. So before we start, please remember that this is part of a fundraiser of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, a distance of an lap of the world barefoot style. So please do give us some support, as the more people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. But back to the topic at hand. So I've been an entrepreneur now, business owner for probably 2 decades, 20 years. And I suppose my background comes more from a systems processes kind of perspective, data-driven perspective. And all of my successes, and I've had plenty of failures too, have all been kind of the consistency between all of the successes has been the backbone of the business structure. And what I mean by that is, when I look at what's a successful, scalable and sustainable business, there are 3 main kind of foundations that a business needs to give it the best chance of success. Now obviously there is a caveat to this. If you have a product or service that people don't need or want, or we can't sell, then that's a different thing altogether. You have to be able to sell whatever product or service you have, and it has to be a product or service that serves a purpose. But that's what entrepreneurs do best, solving problems and finding solutions to those problems and packaging them up as a product or service. But the kind of backbone of the business, which is what I'm talking about, the kind of engine room, revolves around 3 specific pillars. And these are in no particular order, because they're equally as important: systems and processes, people, and data. They're the 3 different areas. If you're weak in any of them, there's going to be kind of weak points within your business, which will only be exposed the kind of bigger or the more you try to grow. And that's where my kind of idea of digital operations director comes into play. So the thought process is that I've built kind of my engine room around some key pieces of software that allows me to build and manage systems and processes incredibly effectively, roll them out to the team so that everybody's trained and up to the same speed on how they operate, and most importantly, how the operations of the business runs through this engine room and produces real-time meaningful data that you can genuinely make decisions upon. And the best thing about it is completely customizable, so you can continue to kind of evolve it and produce the reports, the metrics, the dashboards that you need or you choose to kind of review, and it kind of evolves with the time. The other key part of it is it's incredibly adaptable, in that it will integrate with pretty much any piece of software, a lot of them natively, any that you can't link natively with some clever automations using AI and automations. You can kind of create a third-party automation via a third party, so that you can knit whatever software you're using into your engine room. But the key point is you've got a kind of centralized zone where that you can kind of, all your systems and processes are created, all of the dashboards and metrics that people operate from are housed, where people kind of manage their projects and tasks. It's all in one place, and it can be very, very systematically set up to whatever you require, which is huge. And the third one is people. So you can also build your recruitment system, your HR system through this as well, so that you can train people, you can monitor people's performance. All of these things that are really important you can do. All these things you can do through the system. And I've built this over a number of years now, and I continue to evolve it. But the thing that's made me want to consider kind of launching it as a product or service now is that first and foremost, I have a little bit more time to focus on this, and secondly, I've got all of the basics in place for my business operations, so they're highly transferable to other businesses. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the traditional departments within a business, we'll use simplistic kind of terms here. So you've got marketing, sales, operations, finance and admin. You can obviously bolt on legal, HR and stuff like that, product development, these types of things as well. But for ease of this example, sales, marketing, operations, finance. And I have systems and processes and everything built for all of these departments in all of my businesses, which enables me to have my team can cross-pollinate across each business as and well I need them. So if you're a serial entrepreneur, this can be a really good solution. And it's all kind of consistent. So this sales, all the sales reports and dashboards are created, all of the sales pipelines are created, which links with our kind of sales and marketing software, if you like, which is a third-party piece of software, and it pulls everything in so that the people can run and progress through the operations side of the business through our engine room. And the key thing is as well is from a compliance and kind of paper trail perspective as well. If you're ever audited, the system collects and captures all documentation, stores it logically in the correct areas, so that whenever you need to find anything, it's there. You've got this database which is serving you, and it's not an absolute nightmare to manage. So I'm just going to pass someone, so just bear with me a second. So that's kind of the overarching concept. It's all about saving, business owners, entrepreneurs. I know so many of them that don't really have businesses because the business would fail without them. They're such an integral part of the business. And this is a process that I'm trying to build, so of removing the shackles of a business from an entrepreneur. That's kind of where we're going with this. It's creating structure, systems, infrastructure to save time, to save money, to drive efficiencies, drive productivity. It's this is kind of where we're going with this. And I'm super excited about what it's done for my businesses, about being able to share it with others. And obviously I don't want to devalue what it costs, because it's basically providing a full business infrastructure for anybody who wants to scale up their business in a sustainable way, because 90% of businesses fail. That's fact. And quite often it's the reasons I talked about failure in one of the 3 foundations I discussed. So that's basically the concept. I need to obviously tighten it up and make it a little bit more kind of tangible in terms of what it does and the benefits to the problems or the pain points that it's solving for entrepreneurs. But the learnings from my diary today are simply that if you are an entrepreneur, a micro or small business owner with a revenue of 500,000 or above, then you start to really move out from the stage of self-employment and into kind of a more business related structure. And one of the key reasons that so many businesses fail in this world is due to a lack of systems and processes, a lack of quality people, or a lack of data reporting, which allows people to make decisions based on numbers as opposed to gut feel. And I've built a system which I've called Operations Director, or Digital Operations Director, which fulfills that role. It kind of builds the systems and processes for a business, a done for you product or done with you product. We do all the work, we just need to capture the information. And I'm excited to be considering launching. I haven't made the official decision yet of whether I'm going to do it or not, but I really do believe that this could revolutionise so many businesses in the niche that I've just explained, and it will be really kind of exciting for me as an entrepreneur life, an entrepreneur of 20 years, a serial entrepreneur of 20 years plus, to really kind of get involved with other businesses as well, and help them build the infrastructure around giving them a platform to grow, scale in a sustainable way. So yeah, if that's it for me. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. Please remember though, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, the distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, then do give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.